what's up? It's me, Shaniqua, the Master Brand Story Coach, also known as the Right Diva in the screenwriting world. Um, I'm still trying to figure out how it is that I am going to talk about what I'm talking about today. I think I'm going to title this message Hide and Seek. A thought came to me this morning as I was taking my shower, as thoughts often do, and I wanted to talk about it, to express it. And I thought about taking notes and writing down points and all that kind of stuff. I thought about doing all that stuff, and then it just like, I felt like if I did, I was going to lose the authenticity of what it is that I'm about to say, because it would have been too planned, or it would have been too, I don't know, just lacking the energy that it's going to need. So, as I said, I'm going to title this message Hide and Seek. And I'm talking to my creatives out there. I'm talking to my people who are talented, not just like to do, but are truly talented at multiple things. You're not just multi-passionate, you are multi-talented. You can do many things in many different areas. And to give you an example of that, in the education world and in American society in general, I don't know how it is in other societies, but it is thought that if you love literature and history, then you're no good at math and science, and vice versa. So it's usually thought that the right brain and the left brain cannot be friends. Like, they do not work that well together. You lean heavily on one side versus heavily on the other. And I get that. But then you have people like me, who on multiple personality tests, I come right in the middle. I'm right there in the middle. And it's not because I'm not good at anything, it's because I'm good at many things. And this is shown on aptitude tests, this was shown on gifted tests, this was shown on every kind of test, but it's also been in my life. I'm good at science and math. I'm really good. I could be great if I focused on it, but I'm really good at science and math, and I love it, and I read articles on it, etc. But I'm also really good at literature, and I love history. And so, and I'm really good at teaching history. And so what happens is I've become a person who doesn't have one path. And here's the thing. I wanted to start that next sentence off with I feel like, but it's more than that. The people who are not as gifted as we are, and that's the majority of people, guys. The majority of people is one or the other. Yes, they can do some of the other, but they are one, staunchly one or the other. But for those of us who walk the line, who could play on this side of the field and who can play on that side of the field, who have a bi-aptitude, I guess you can say, or even a tri-aptitude, we are able to do many things and do them well. We're not just dabbling, we're great. The majority of people aren't. The majority of people lean to one side or the other side for the most part. You know, there are people who are strongly artists and who cannot add without a calculator. There are people who can multiply in their brain and who cannot apply a pencil to a piece of work and create something that's artistic. But then there are people like us who just can do it all. Whatever we put our focus on at that moment, we can do it, and we can do it well. What I can't do is cook. And I think that is the meld of creativity and logic together. I can't cook. Like, I'm so terrible at it. But I'm gonna own up to it, guys. Just so that you know, I'm not perfect. I can eat, but I can't cook. And actually, I'm even a picky eater at that, so I don't even eat well, so to speak. But that, I preface what I'm about to say with all of that is I'm talking to you, creatives. And I call you creatives because, you know, you can make the logic and the art play together very well. I call you creatives because the other side is just not creative at all. Okay? My logic creatives. There we go. We're gonna call you my logic creatives. So I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking to you guys who have, You're not a jack of all trades. Like, that seems like a person who dabbles. You're just really good at several things on different sides of the field. And so, to you, I'm talking. And the second preface point is this: for people who are like us, for people who are really good at several things, we have two paths that we usually take. One of them is the look at me path. So you are, what they put in movies is the perfect person. Like, I can play sports, I can build planes, I could, like, you're that person. You're that look at me person, or you're the hider. And I fall on the line of hide, wanting to be in the middle. I don't, because those of us who hide, we don't want to be the look at me's. We don't want to be those people, but we do want what they get. They get attention, they get appreciation, they get accolades. We want what they got. We don't want everything they got. And maybe that's where the introvert-extrovert thing comes in, because I'm also staunchly an introvert, though I do have extroverted tendencies. But that said, so it's the seekers or the hiders, hide and seek, okay? Here's the thing about us seekers, the seekers. The seekers are often, seeking because they need to be validated. They need somebody to go, you are extremely gifted, you are extremely talented, you are worthy of our attention. They need that. They thrive on it. The hiders, while they also need that thing, they're afraid of the way that makes them feel. Does it make sense? So for instance, when people give us compliments, we shy away, we bat away the compliment, but we love the compliment. We just don't like how we preen under the compliment. We don't like how we go, oh, you see me, under the compliment, because we're afraid of being the seekers. So here's what I'm going to say. Those of us who are hiding, we're doing a terrible job. We're doing a horrible job of hiding, because the truth is, people see us, and they are so waiting for us to see ourselves that sometimes they give up on us. And then they might use us or something like that, because we are so unsure of our value. Let me scratch what I just said. We know our value. We know we're awesome. We can see people. We can see through people. We can see the inauthentic. We can see the people who did nothing extraordinarily special. And when those people get accolades, we're like, what the hell are you looking at? I don't see what you see, because it didn't take as much to create or to do. So we know our value intrinsically. Like, we know who we are intrinsically, but we spent so much time hiding that we're afraid of our value. And in fact, I want to even suggest further, we're afraid of our power, okay? So those of us who can do multi-things and multi-things well, we are some of the most powerful people there are on this planet. And I don't say this to gas you. It is truly the truth. We can write, we can speak, we can draw, we can think, we can critically think, we can create. Like, that is powerful stuff. A reason why a lot of people shun those who are able to create is because so many people cannot. So many people are, I don't want to say one-dimensional. I don't, because that's not true either. Everybody's 3D at least, though I would say 4D. But I think we scare them as much as we scare ourselves. Because then something in them might come up. Maybe it's envy, or maybe it's looking at themselves going, hey, I'm not that special or that important. But I would say that the people who are hiders, we deal with, they call it imposter syndrome. We're so busy going, am I worthy? Even though half of our brain is shouting, hell yes, girl, hell yes, dude. Like, you are the most powerful badass in the room. However, hide. Because if you tell people I'm the most powerful badass in the room, they're going to look at you and go, who are you? What have you done? And you're going to go, nothing, because I've spent my life hiding. So here's what I'm going to say to the hiders, because I'm not talking to the seekers. Seekers, calm down. No, don't hide. Just calm down. Find validation in yourself. Don't find that validation in anybody else. You're still a badass. You don't need anybody to tell you that. But hiders, I need you guys to realize your power is not to be afraid of. Your power is to be embraced. You need to walk in all of your authority that you have been given. There's a, I always forget what the scripture is. I just learned it. It's either Luke 10:25 or Luke 5 or Luke 25:10. I'll look it up and I'll put it in the description. But it says something like, I have given you the power or the authority to walk in the midst of snakes and scorpions or something of that nature. And so that's who we are. Like, dude, we are so powerful that we don't need to be hurt. We don't need to be betrayed. We don't need to be overlooked, because we are that powerful. And so people are going to treat us the way that we want to be treated. Do you hear me? So if they are overlooking you, if they are using you, if they are disregarding you, it is because that's what you want. And if that doesn't feel good, then that's not what you need. What you need is to walk fully in the power of you. Embrace the fact that you can do many things. And, you know, as I said, those who don't possess that same power, they want to tell us that we have to do one thing at one time. We have to focus on this thing until we have it at mastery. But for a lot of us, mastery isn't that far away. We don't need 10,000 hours to be masters at things. I don't know where that number came from. We could just like adapt to it. We are like a blob of some sort. Like, we can just mold to it. Or we are, oh my God, what's that guy's name on Heroes? The bad guy. Who just, or even the good guy, like their thing was that they can absorb the power. And we're able to do that. We are able to walk into a situation, learn it hands-on, and when we learn it, we've mastered it. We've become so good at it. And then we move on to the next thing if we want to. So mastering for us doesn't take as long as it takes other people. Case in point, I was hired back in 2004. I was hired by a university in Florida to help integrate their system, their systems with this new system. And I don't know what those people thought it was going to do, like how long it was going to take. It took me 2 weeks to set up the system the way that I wanted it to be set up. And then every single day after that, it only took me 30 minutes. 30 minutes to run reports, to do the things that I needed to do. So for 7.5 hours, I had nothing to do. And they literally threatened me with my job because they said, if you have nothing to do, then we don't need you. And I'm like, no, you definitely need somebody, but because if y'all, it was just terrible. Like I said, my mastery of it wasn't even hard. Once I learned and made my mistakes and learned from those and etc. Key, did y'all hear me? I'm talking to me at this moment, but I'm gonna talk to you too. Did you just hear me? I just said, make your mistakes and learn from them. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Go for it. Make them. Learn. You know, that's just the opportunity cost for learning. Make a mistake. Who cares? Because at the end of the day, you're still more powerful than those who can't. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to you. But anyway, so that stated, what was I going to say? I don't know. Like I said, I could not plot this out. I couldn't point this out. I couldn't figure that out. I just needed to talk to you and let you know that you are a badass. And don't be afraid to make your mistakes. And at the same time, I will say, you do have to designate your focus. Okay? I don't think you have to focus on one thing for 90 days, because that doesn't take, that's not us, that's not what it takes. But you do have to designate your focus. So you can split your calendar up, you can split your week up, don't split your day. That's where your focus does wane. Don't split your day. You can split your week. Don't split your day. Okay? So you can spend, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are your artistic endeavor. Tuesday, Thursday, maybe Saturday is your business endeavor. And then Sundays belong to you. Or Mondays belong to you. Like, choose a day that belongs to you to just unwind, relax, be you. Okay? But that's all I had to say about that. So it's time to stop hiding. And just because you stop hiding doesn't mean you've become a seeker. It means you become a walker. Because you get to walk in your authority, walk in your power. So don't worry about being a seeker. That's not what we're here for. We're learning how to walk in our gifts and in our purpose and our talents. Do that and do that thing. And when you do, I swear, it means you're going to be absolutely dope. And so I want you to be dope, stay dope, always.